Welcome. This is the Agentic Executive, intelligence briefings for high-leverage operators. I'm Adrian Cross. Today, a compact primitive you can attach to any ask so stakeholder silence stops being a black hole and becomes a governed default. The name, the Silence Clause. Quick hit, silence is never neutral. It compounds delays, erodes optionality, and quietly steals runway. We'll run the temp enforcement patterns, 2 AI prompts you can copy, and a 7-day pilot script. Make your next move count.
Hi, I'm Amelia. I like to think of the silence clause as a tiny contract you stick to an email or calendar invite, a predictable outcome for when people don't reply. It preserves relationships when used right, and it saves time. Patterns create power. This is exactly that.
Hook. Silence isn't neutrality. You send a request and nothing. That nothing is a decision vector. The team waits, momentum drifts, opportunities slip. The silence clause turns that passive vector into an explicit, auditable rule. If no reply by the deadline, the default action triggers. You get predictable outcomes instead of creeping indecision.
Think of it this way. Non-response is a tax on attention. If we can make the tax predictable, who pays it, when and how, teams stop losing time. That predictability is the whole value prop.
Core insight. A pre-agreed default converts latent friction into predictable action. When silence becomes a governed default, you preserve optionality and avoid building decision debt. 2 critical components: ownership, who owns the default, and provenance, how you record that default so it's reversible and auditable.
And one more behavioral note. People respond differently when they see a clear consequence. A politely framed silence clause nudges attention without the friction of follow-up meetings or escalations, if you socialize it first.
Move 1. The Silence Clause template. Here's the exact one-line schema you can copy into any request. Say it verbatim so it's machine-readable and human-clear. Decision ID, default action, deadline ISO, owner, rollback signal, evidence link. Where default action is one of proceed, pause, escalate. Rollback signal is the minimal phrase that reverts the default. Evidence link points to the minimal artifact proving the default triggered correctly.
3 copy-paste examples to make this concrete. 1. Vendor term negotiation. Vend 2026 T1, proceed 2026-03-15-1700Z, procurement, rollback, vendor dispute, link to contract draft. 2. Internal budget approval. Budge Q2A, pause 2026-04-10-1200Z, finance lead, rollback, override by CFO, link to budget. 3. Pilot go no-go. Pilot X go, escalate 2026-02-20-0900Z, product owner, rollback, failed safety checks, link to pilot metrics.
Move 2. Enforcement patterns. First, calendar token integration. Put the one-line silence clause into the calendar event description or the meeting agenda and add a short expiry token that auto-marks at deadline. Calendars are auditable and visible, low friction. Second, one-click expiry actions. Build a minimal flow. At expiry, the owner gets a one-click option to execute the default or confirm human review. If they don't act, the default fires with a log entry. Third, publish an expiry notice in the ops channel, automated, short, factual, so the organization sees the outcome and provenance.
Add a human confirm window for sensitive cases. Tag requests with a sensitivity flag, legal, reputational, customer, so those clauses require human confirmation before an auto proceed. That prevents tone-deaf executions and preserves relationships.
Move 3. AI patterns. 2 constrained prompts you can use today. Prompt A scans a thread and proposes a silence clause. Prompt B drafts the post-expiry packet, either a minimal execution note or a one-line rollback memo with provenance.
I'll read both exactly so you can paste and iterate.
Prompt A. Thread scanner to propose a clause. Input: full email or chat thread. Role: executive analyst. Output: single silence clause line in format decision ID, default action, deadline ISO, owner, rollback signal, evidence link. Confidence: 0 to 100%. Rationale: 2 lines listing the top 2 reasons for recommended default action and any sensitivity flags. Constrain deadline to a business reasonable window, 48 hours to 14 days.
Prompt B. Post-expiration packet generator. Input: decision ID and action taken. Role: operations clerk. Output: if executed, 2-line execution packet. Line 1, action taken with timestamp and evidence link. Line 2, minimal next steps and owner for fallout. If rolled back, 1-line rollback memo with timestamp, rollback authority, and provenance. Always include a link to the triggering thread.
Operational notes on AI. Keep both prompts tightly constrained. Require the AI to output only the clause line or the minimal packet, no editorializing. Log the AI's confidence score and the 2 rationale lines as audit artifacts. That reduces risk of the AI inventing context or over-asserting when there's hidden sensitivity.
Pilot and fast action, a 7-day script you can run immediately. Day 0, pick 4 active stalled asks, 1 per category: vendor, internal approval, pilot decision, and a cross-functional question. Day 1, attach a silence clause to each request. Announce the pilot to involve stakeholders with a 1-sentence socialization line. We're piloting a silence clause to preserve momentum. Your reply overrides any default. Day 2 through 7, monitor expiry events. Owners must choose execute or human confirm within the 1-click window. Day 8, run a 30-minute retrospective. Measure change in time to resolution, incidents needing rollback, and any relationship feedback. Iterate.
Constraints and guardrails. Cap active auto-proceed clauses per leader to 3 during rollout. Require a sensitivity tag that forces human confirmation for reputational or legal items. And use an AI pre-filter to flag threads with potential hidden context before you apply clauses. Socialize the tool, don't weaponize it. This is operational hygiene, not a stick.
Quick checklist before you attach a clause. 1. Is the owner clear? 2. Is the deadline reasonable for the decision's impact? 3. Is there an evidence link for proof? 4. Is sensitivity flagged? If yes, require human confirmation. If you answered yes to the first 3 and no sensitivity, add the clause and move on.
Final short call to action. Pick 1 live stalled decision and add a silence clause before the end of the day. Run the 7-day pilot on 4 asks. Measure time to resolution and rollback incidents. If you find this useful, subscribe for daily briefings. More templates and operational patterns come fast. Clarity is leverage. Stay agentic.